Welcome to the Mental Health Podcast, brought to you by Zuri Daye Wellness LLC, where we discuss all things mental health. I am your host and favorite health and wellness coach, Gianni, and today your soul is in for a treat. On episode 5, we have a beautiful spirit that I have the pleasure of calling friend, talking to us about her fitness and mental health journey. You know what to do. Grab your tea and meet me over at the couch. Welcome to the Mental Health Podcast, where we discuss all things mental health. Today, we have a very special childhood friend of mine, Alisha Beeman.
What's up, y'all?
We have done track together throughout high school. We were really, really good friends throughout our teen years, and when we graduated, life always kind of separates you from people, but we've had the chance to reconnect and bring our connection back together, and it's been really, really wonderful. Alisha is doing a very, very great job helping herself and other people combat their mental health issues through fitness. So let's give a round of applause for Miss Alisha today. All right, so we're going to start off with 2 truths and a lie.
All right, let's get it. All right, first, I was a body painted shot girl when I was 19. My bench press max is 160 pounds. I'm 5'6".
I feel like you bench press more than 160, so I'm going to say the 160. No?
I'm not 5'6".
I wouldn't know. Everyone's tall to me.
Nah, girl, I'm 5'4".
I'm 4'11", for the record. Everybody look tall.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, I feel that same sentiment. I mean 5'4", but anybody past like 5'8", y'all all 6 foot.
All right. So since I've known you, you have been very, very, very athletic. So what influenced your fitness coach journey?
Oh, my fitness coach journey. Oh, that's interesting. In reality, it was my friend Karen. Mm-hmm. I've always been told I should be a trainer or I should coach people, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until I met my friend Karen here in Florida, and she was doing a fitness certification, and she asked me to do it with her. And then I was like, well, it's now or never. And that was in 2018 when we started it.
Wow.
So, she's the one that really encouraged me, or kind of got like the ball rolling to all right, I'm actually going to take action steps to get to where I want to be.
Nice. So one thing I really, really love about Alisha is she is absolutely transparent. Okay. If you follow her on Snapchat and Instagram, you know Alisha is so transparent, but it is so beautiful because there are a lot of people who go through their healing journey as if they were always perfect. So one thing that, I love about you is you are absolutely unapologetically you. Right. Yeah. And we know, from a little bit of your transparency and what you share on social media, that wasn't really always your story. So do you feel like your fitness journey contributed to changing that paradigm for you?
It wasn't my fitness journey at all, honestly. I still struggle, honestly, with my confidence and being unapologetically me. I would say I'm maybe like 70-30 right now. But it was honestly a breakup that did it for me. I've dealt with depression and anxiety for a majority of my life. And a part of that is my relationships had so much value. So when I was with my ex-boyfriend, I had experienced a level of happiness I didn't even know was real. I didn't have very good role models for relationships when I was growing up. So I got my first really great, stable relationship where I felt joy like I never felt before. And it was like, depressed, what? So when I lost that, I really had to start like finding myself and being like my own healer, essentially, and like doing a lot of self-healing. So that happened in 2019. Yeah, that happened in 2019 in February. It was actually the day after Valentine's Day. But I don't hate Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is still by far, like, it's one of my favorite holidays, honestly. But yeah, that was really what started this whole path to just healing myself. And in healing myself, it's allowed me to be more confident in who I am and just who I've become through that journey.
Yeah. So throughout your healing, do you find, or did you find at any point that there was kind of like a correlation between your emotional journey, like what you unlocked in your emotional journey? Did it help you unlock in your personal fitness journey?
I do believe that I became stronger as an athlete the more I worked on my mental health. Because when I was struggling with my mental health at its peak, I was getting injured. I did not go to the doctor, but I'm pretty sure I slipped my disc twice in the same year. Wow. And in that 1 year, I was experiencing some of my highest levels of anxiety. I was having an anxiety attack 1 to 2 times every 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And like they would happen a lot of times when I was at the gym. So I'll be at the gym, I'll be experiencing some anxiety, my heart start racing, like everything's closing in. And literally I put my weights away and it's like I just have to get out. And I just like flee. And then I'm just like crying for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So that was going on a lot when I was struggling with more so my anxiety, but that also like my depression was also at its peak then too. To be honest, I was having suicidal thoughts, but never to the point where I, acted on it or done anything. But I was definitely just like in that space of like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, what's my purpose? Like, I'm nothing in this world. So that did reflect in my training, even though I definitely got stronger. I was definitely getting faster, but I was also definitely getting hurt. My recovery was slower and I wasn't, doing as well as I would like to do. But as soon as I cleaned up my mental health, I remember, my relationship ended in February. That began my self-healing journey. I had a competition in October that same year. In October, right before my competition, was the most happy that I had ever felt in my entire life with myself. I was single as hell, phone dry as hell. And that was the first time that I had been truly content with being alone. And I remember going into the competition and the night before I recorded a video of myself and I was just crying. I was like, you worked so hard to get here because you would not be here right now if you had not invested this time in yourself. And it showed in my competition. It showed in my performance. Like, I got third place. Yeah, I didn't win, but I had the most fun I ever had in any competition ever. I performed well. I did things I didn't even think I would ever do. And it just, my mental health and working on that, it reflected in my fitness. Now, I slipped my disc twice in 1 year. Now I deadlift more than I've ever deadlifted in my entire life. And I don't wear a belt.
Wow.
And I fully contribute that to my mental health. Just, everything that happens in the brain, it directly impacts the body. Depression and anxiety are a brain function. And as long as you're taking care of yourself or doing what you need to do to take care of yourself in those respects, then, everything else around you, the way your body recovers, the way you feel, the way you handle situations, it all just changes with it. And I can see that very clearly.
Yeah. Wow. That is so crazy because there's probably pretty few people in the world who think about the things that we manifest in our mind actually showing up in our body. And, it shows up in different areas of our life sometimes. It might not be your fitness journey. It might be someone's career or it might be someone's education or, anything. It's like when we don't really pay attention to our mental health, and our spiritual being, things manifest in the physical. And that's when we get sick. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lois High.
I've not.
Oh my gosh. She is absolutely amazing. And someone I would recommend either following or getting her books. She has this book about healing our bodies. And there's literally a directory in there of every illness and sickness and what it's attached to.
Ooh, see, and I believe that because on the other side, so I thought you were going to say Joe Dispenza because Joe Dispenza is another guy who talks a lot about that type of stuff. Like he has the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And dude's a neurologist. He studies this stuff. So like he's got science backed by it. He's got personal experience backed by it. And he's got personal stories from people that he's worked with by it. So you can't tell me that your brain, the way you think, the thoughts you have on a regular day aren't directly impacting what's happening in your physical body.
Right. And half of our battles sometimes are mental. It's our mentality. It's the way we think and how we label things in our life beforehand, before even getting there. You know, sometimes we stop ourselves in our mind and unintentionally prevent our bodies from moving forward in that way too. Like, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So when you are working on your personal goals, I'm sure there are times where you hit like a plateau. You hit a plateau.
I'm in one.
You hit a plateau, and plateaus are really frustrating. Like, in everything that you do, you're like, okay, well, how did I get here, and why can't I move forward, right? So when you hit a plateau in your goals, like, how do you keep yourself motivated or become realigned with what your goals were?
So motivation is fleeting because motivation is a feeling. So the way that I...
Say that again. I've never heard that, but that hit home for me. Say it again.
Girl, damn, I'll be saying stuff. I don't remember what I said. Hold up.
You said motivation is fleeting
because motivation is a feeling.
I love that. That's a shirt or a mug or something. You gotta make a shirt on that. Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Now, you guys told me that, so I know. But, so I tend to feel motivated, but the way I feel motivated is in my habits. So right now I talk about, well, I said I am in that plateau. And the way that I come out of it, so one, I did have to do a lot of self-healing again. I went through a couple of things that, you know, reflected in my own personal life where I needed to like heal myself. And it reflected in my business, being, you know, a solo entrepreneur and being my own, like I am my entire business. My business reflected that. So I lost clients. I mean, I'm sure people weren't thrilled with how my service was being delivered at some point. And, as I continue to heal, so from there, it's my habits. So now, you know, I'm listening to audiobooks again. I'm trying to listen to podcasts that talk about business, how to grow your business, or literally just how to maintain the business. Because I've grown my business before. It's not something I haven't done. I've seen the growth. I know what works. I stopped doing that. So in order for me to be inspired again and to feel motivated again, you know, I have to get those habits back in line. So if it's, you know, setting a time to create content or literally just like sitting down with a journal and writing content so that when I do feel inspired or I feel motivated enough to go out and record the content, I have everything there. I have a ton of content already there. So it really is habits because like I said, being a solo entrepreneur, like you are your business.
Absolutely.
So you have to have those habits in line in order to put yourself in a position where you can be inspired and motivated to do those things so that you can grow.
Yeah.
But plateaus are natural. I'm gonna tell you that right now because you know you get so what I will say is I express a lot of gratitude for being able to own my own business and have the flexibility to take time away and still be able to pay my bills and put food on the table and all that good stuff. So I think that's a beautiful thing about working for yourself. But yeah, just know what you do and how you experience life is going to reflect on your business.
Like they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Is that the truth?
But I really, really love that, you know, you acknowledge that even as a coach, you know, you have to go back to the drawing board sometimes and reroute your own habits. Because I feel like people forget that us as coaches, we're humans too.
Right.
We're humans too. And the same problems that our clients face or the same problems that the people we help or come in contact with or, you know, speak life into, we have those same issues. And that's usually the driving force for us to become a coach is because we recognize our faults. We recognize what's holding us back as people, and we want to help hold other people accountable for their flaws and, you know, what's holding them back and help them soar too. But it takes the same amount of dedication for our clients as it does ourselves. Takes just as much work. So yeah, absolutely.
I had a client the other day. I told her something and I was like, yeah, my coach. And she was like, you have a coach? And I was like, yes. Listen, I can't do this on my own. I need a coach too. Like coaches have coaches. And if your coach doesn't have a coach, like, I got questions. But I mean, if they don't need the resource, that's fine. But I know I need the support.
Right.
And it just helps us grow too. Like, because my coach is more knowledgeable in fitness than I am. So it helps me to like kind of low-key kind of peek at my own programming and be like, oh, what you programming for me? And whatever. And like go through it and kind of see how he does it, why he does it. So, coaches have coaches.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
So, for the people watching who might not understand what fitness coaching is, in your professional opinion, what would you recommend, or what would you tell them, not tell them, why would you recommend someone to see a coach, or suggest when they should see a coach?
That's a great question. So typically when people are reaching out to a coach, it's because they need someone to hold them accountable, and they need someone to hold them accountable so that they can be consistent, because they've done something on their own for so long and they're unable to establish the consistency. So having an accountability partner. Not everybody needs a coach. Some people do well with just having a friend as an accountability partner.
Right.
But sometimes your friends aren't the people who are going to really be like, hey, can we cuss on this podcast? Your friends ain't always going to be the one that are going to be like, hey, get your ass to the gym.
Exactly.
So I think coaching or hiring a coach is specifically for the people who need that extra support and maybe even need to put some skin in the game. Because a lot of times, like putting a financial, like a number on like a goal that you have, like you're gonna do something. You're gonna make something happen, because if nobody's like, you're not putting any money, you're not investing anything into yourself, then sometimes like if you don't go to the gym, sometimes you're gonna be like, oh, it's okay, like my friend's gonna be there, and like if I'm not there, she'll be all right. But if you paying $150 a month for a gym membership, like you're gonna go to that gym at least twice a week, right? You're gonna make that 150 count. Right. And whatever that investment looks like, whether it's a one-on-one coach, whether it's a small group training, whether it's just paying for like a gym membership, because a lot of time, and that's why global gyms make so much money, because a gym like Planet Fitness, a gym like Crutch, is $10 a month. People don't care about $10 a month like going out the window. So a lot of these gyms are making money off of people just forgetting about memberships and never going. So when that investment is not $10 a month, and instead it's, I don't know, $1,000 a month, like you are gonna, like your investment, your time investment, your emotional, mental investment, your physical investment is gonna be very different from that $10 a month that you were spending for that gym membership. Yes.
And like you said, that the emotional investment is going to be completely different. And that is, to me, one of the most beneficial points of actually having a coach. A coach is more than just someone to call you to tell you to get up and go to the gym. Right? It's someone that's literally going to help you pick apart why you feel intimidated every time you go to the gym, why you feel it's hard for you to eat better or eat healthier, or, they're literally going to lay out not only your fitness goals, but your emotional and lifestyle goals at the same time, and help you align all three, so that in all three areas, you can continue to soar and reach new levels and unpack things, continue to unveil and unpack all these things that are under there that are just contributing to this really big aspect of your healthy lifestyle. Right. So the investment is completely different, because it is more personal.
Right. And it's a relationship. So like a lot of what we do as service providers, it's a relationship building thing. Like in business is not service level. Business is very like, we're building relationship. These people are people you'll likely invite to your weddings.
Right.
So, or your weddings, your parties, whatever, promotion parties. So when you go into a situation where you are looking for a coach, I say this occasionally, like you want to make sure your energy matches, because sometimes, I'll admit there are clients where like the energy is off, and that could be me projecting on them, and like my energy is off, and therefore it's turning their energy off, or their energy is off and it's turning my energy off. And then there are clients where like we just mesh, like literally on the first consult. So like, you got to find the person for you too, because, there are tons of coaches out there, and even down to like fitness coaches, not all fitness coaches are also focusing on the lifestyle piece.
Right.
A lot of them are maybe just getting you in for a boot camp workout, and then they're like, all right, whatever you do outside of here is fine. And teach their own, but like we talked about earlier, your mental and emotional state is going to have a very huge impact on how your body functions. Think about digestion, and when we're talking about people eating and wanting to lose weight, like your digestive system is going to be reflective of what's happening in your brain.
Absolutely.
And if your brain isn't functioning the way and it's like optimal way for it to process, then it's going to be harder for you to lose weight. Like stress is by far one of the biggest things that get neglected in fitness and wellness, because people believe that like I just need to eat right and exercise. No, because if you eat right and exercise and your stress is high, your body's not functioning the way it needs to function. You're not recovering the way you need to. Your food's not digesting the way it needs to. And so it is very much a full circle experience if a lifestyle change is what you want. Now, if you're somebody who's like, I just want to lose this before a wedding or whatever, like before my birthday, again, to each their own. But for, lifestyle changes and something that's going to be everlasting and something that's going to be very like full circle, like at least from my personal preference, that's what I like to see in coaches when they deliver their service.
Yeah. So, Alisha, tell the people where they can find you.
On Instagram.
Follow. Listen, I'm telling y'all, there are some... Alisha is one of those people that you definitely want to follow on social media, because like you get it all. She's absolutely funny, but to really like watch her and track her growth, y'all, let me just tell y'all the glow up, because Alicia's always been absolutely beautiful.
For like 15 the beginning.
Alisha has always been absolutely beautiful, so to see, the transformation when I didn't even understand there was a transformation that needed to happen.
Girl, none of us knew. I thought you were happy too. I was like, girl, you're so bubbly.
But that's that mask that we put on, like there's such a mask that we put on when we're going through things, when we're young. When we're kids, we're so much more resilient and we can take much more, so they say. But when once you hit a certain part of your life, it's like, I gotta fix this. I gotta deal with myself. But you definitely want to follow Alisha, because her, like I said, her glow up is absolutely beautiful. I love this girl so much. So
that shit.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Okay, so Instagram, Alisha Beeman, and it's Alisha SHA, not CIA, and Beeman BEEMAN.
Beamer Benz Bentley.
Hey,
I had to.
And Snapchat, honestly, I don't know what my Snapchat is. Y'all need to be following me on Snapchat anyway. Honestly, Snapchat probably gets like the most transparent version of me. I believe, honestly, go ahead. My Snapchat is ABeams, so it's ABEEMSS. So Snapchat gets like the purest version of me, honestly. Instagram gets like the soft version. Snapchat, I'll just hop on there and talk about anything. Absolutely anything. But that's where you can find me. I don't have Clubhouse or TikTok yet. I don't know. I'm a grandma. I don't know if I ever will. So we'll see. But that's where y'all can find me.
Yes. So thank you, Alisha, for your time. If you guys are looking for a fitness coach, please reach out to Alisha. I definitely recommend her services, again, because you're going to get the complete package. You're not just going to get a diet plan and workout plan. No, she is very serious about the people she invests in. So please, if you are looking for a fitness coach, have any questions about what a program with a fitness coach looks like, please reach out to her. I promise you she will guide you in the right way. But thank you, Alisha, for your time.
My pleasure.
I love it. Well, before you go, make sure you follow Zuri Daye Wellness on Instagram and the Mental Health Podcast on Instagram. Please check out Zuri Daye Wellness for updates on our shop and events coming soon. See you guys later. Alisha, thank you for your time. I pray that you continue to push through to new levels while inspiring women all around you. I am so happy for your glow up, and may you keep shining like the star that you are. To the listeners, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Mental Health Podcast. Peace and blessings.